Hi, boys and girls. We're going to be reading a funny book today called Oh, How I Wish I Could Read. It's by John Guile. I awoke with a yell and sat straight up in bed, full of fear and wild worries and trouble and dread. Was it just a bad dream, or was what I feared true? Was reading a task only others could do? In my dream, I was walking alone on the street and decided to sit down and put up my feet. I discovered too late what wet paint sign said when the bench left my back a bright shade of red. Then I saw a cute puppy and I wanted to pet it. Oh, sign tried to warn me that I'd better forget it. Beware of dogs. But the words on the gate meant nothing to me till a pack of wild dogs chased me right up a tree. I continued along on my readingless way, having no way to know what each sign had to say. I wish I could read, because then I would know when danger signs warned me where I should not go. A sign said no crossing, but I didn't heed it, because in my dream I had no way to read it. I stepped off the sidewalk and oh, what a fuss. I was nearly ran down by 2 cars and a bus. I heard honking and beeping, tires squealing and shrieking, cars crashing and smashing and scraping and screeching. The drivers were angry. One yelled. All agreed. What's the matter with you, kid? You should learn how to read. I jumped from the street and ran away fast, but I worried about each sign that I passed. Above and beside and behind and below were instructions and warnings I needed to know. In my readingless dream, I felt angry and sad, as if I had lost my best friend that I had. I was lost and alone and afraid as could be of the readingless troubles awaiting for me. I wondered and wondered what words I saw meant, then got stuck in the muck near a sign, wet cement. So I took off my shoes and I sat down to clean them. 2 signs blocked my way, so I just sat down between them. They said poison ivy, but I didn't know. Until an itchy red rash grew all over my toe. When I headed for home to get medication, it went from a bad to a worse situation. How can it get any worse? I opened the cupboard to look for toe ointment, but all I found there was more disappointment. Can't read the labels on the medicine. Each bottle and tube on the shelf had a label I needed to read, but I wasn't able. I itched and I twitched. How I wished I could read. My toe was on fire from that poisonous weed. Just then I awoke from my readingless dream when my cat nipped my toe and I let out a scream. I threw back my cover and jumped to the floor. I ran to the shelf where my book was before. Could I tell a B from a T or a Z, or were the letters just lines on the paper to me? My books told the story as storybooks do. My dream was a nightmare, completely untrue. I can read. At last it was over. At last I was freed from the night when I wished how I wished I could read. The end. This week in library, we're going to practice getting some more books, taking care of the books that we had, and checking out new ones so that we can practice that reading skill and getting better and better and better. See you soon.